I told my son something yesterday that changed the way he thinks about his future. I said, the world is full of mediocrity. You can be amazingly successful if you're just not mediocre. His face lit up, like I'd given him the key to everything. Because it's true. Most people fail not because they lack talent, they fail because they're mediocre, or worse, they have a superpower and never use it. Here's what I mean. Let's be honest. There are millions of people out there who should be doing better than they are. I'm a true believer that we all have a superpower. By that, I mean an innate ability to develop a skill, a perspective, or a characteristic in our personalities that make us unique to most others. Special. That superpower can be used to be wildly successful in business, or it can be something that we never tap into, never develop. Those who successfully realize their superpower use it to get ahead and monetize it. So the question is, what is yours? And are you using it? Here's the framework I shared with my son Pax. Step one, be self aware enough to identify your superpower. This is harder than it sounds. Most people don't know what they're naturally good at, or they dismiss it because it seems too easy. Oh, anyone can do that. No, actually, they can't. That's why it's your superpower. Step two, lean into it. Constantly look for ways to use it in different business situations. It doesn't matter if you're an employee, a side hustler, or an entrepreneur. Your superpower can propel you to success in any of these situations. But you must recognize it, then use it. That's your natural competitive advantage. The universe gave it to you. Step three, don't screw it up. That's a very frank way to say it, but it's actually very true. People have a gift, this superpower, that makes each one of us unique and valuable. But all too often, people screw up their opportunity to use it, and more importantly, to benefit from it. How? People make decisions in their lives that take them off the most advantageous path for their financial future. In short, they get sidetracked. They get involved with unscrupulous situations that they know deep down are not right, but they are lured by quick profits or influenced by someone who does not have the utmost integrity, or they just flat out make bad decisions. Drugs, alcohol, dangerous relationships, greed, these things can obscure your superpower and possibly even your desire to be successful financially or in life. I've seen it. You've seen it. People with incredible talent who throw it away because they couldn't stay on the path. Do not be that person. After Pax and I discussed his own superpowers, which seem to be blossoming as he enters 2026, we talked about something tied to this that I consider essential to business success: mediocrity. When I told him my theory, it really resonated. I could see the enlightenment on his face, like I just given him a huge boost of confidence in his own future. I said, the world is full of mediocrity. You can be amazingly successful if you're just not mediocre. It struck him because he realized it's true. Think about it. How low is the bar, really? Most businesses are just okay. Most employees do just enough to not get fired. Most people deliver minimum acceptable standards, and that's your competition. And if you just do slightly better, you win. We discussed something everyone can relate to: restaurants. How many mediocre restaurants have you been to where the food is just okay? The service is fine, nothing special. Now contrast that with those rare times when you find a restaurant where you walk out and truly say, wow, that was an amazing meal. Honestly, that rarely happens. Why? Mediocrity. Yet the mediocre restaurants survive for years because they're just good enough. People go, they pay, the restaurant stays open. But the amazing ones, those are the ones where the owner has the opportunity to actually get rich, open more locations, expand the existing location, build a brand. The difference between mediocre and amazing? Often not that big, but the rewards, they are massive. So once you realize that most businesses are just mediocre, all you need to do is be better. Apply this to any industry and success can be found. no matter how old, established, or oversaturated the industry is. Now, how refreshing is that? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need some revolutionary idea. You just need to not be mediocre. With that perspective and the application of your own superpowers, you or I or anyone else can thrive in their career or entrepreneurial endeavors. I honestly believe that. So, what are Pax's superpowers? Well, he's 17 and still discovering them, but I'm starting to see a few of them emerge. First, he's naturally curious. He asks questions, he digs deeper, he doesn't accept surface level answers. That's rare. Most people don't care enough to ask why more than once. Second, he's willing to act before he's ready. Most people wait for permission, wait for the perfect moment, wait until they know everything. Pax just starts and figures it out as he goes. Third, he's comfortable with uncertainty. He doesn't need a clear 5 year plan. He's okay with not knowing exactly where his AI business will lead him. That's a superpower in entrepreneurship because nothing ever goes according to plan anyway. Are these superpowers that will make him a billionaire? Maybe, maybe not, but they're enough to keep him from being mediocre. And that's the whole game. Let me redefine failure for you. Failure is not trying and losing. Failure is not starting a business that doesn't work out. Failure is allowing yourself to be mediocre. Failure is not leaning into your superpower. Failure is allowing your life to get thrown off course by choosing life paths that are destructive to you. If you realize this, you will succeed. Because success isn't about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes. Success is not about being mediocre. Success is about using the gifts you were given, and success is about staying on the path even when it's hard. That's it. So here's my challenge to you. First, identify your superpower. What are you naturally good at? What do people come to you for? What feels easy to you, but is actually hard for others? Write it down. Second, look for one way to use it this week. It's your job, or maybe use it in your side project, or maybe in a conversation. Just use it once. Use it intentionally. Third, decide not to be mediocre. And whatever you're doing, your job, your business, your relationships, ask yourself, am I settling for just good enough? Or am I aiming for amazing? The world is full of mediocrity, which means there is room for you to stand out. And if you figured out your superpower, let's go ahead and drop it in the comments. I want to hear what makes you unique. And please go ahead and subscribe and let me know if this content's helpful to you. Thanks. Until next time, see you later.